Aries. There. Perfect. Oh, no, I have to move you. Hold on a second. There. Okay, I hope you can hear me. I hope the audio is okay. Aries, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your mid-June 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching, you yourself, Aries, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. All right, Aries. Okay, let's begin. You have the Eight of Wands, so something's moving quickly. Some sort of movement, could be communication, could be an actual move. Currently, oh, interesting. Knight of Pentacles. I said interesting just because the Knight of Pentacles is normally a very slow moving energy. It's methodical. So something currently is moving slowly. It can be in regards to work or something that makes you feel secure. For some of you, maybe it's working on just like everyday life things. But your overall energy is that something is going to be picking up. The challenge could be some drama, competition, conflict. In the foundation, you might be dealing with a Gemini, have it in your chart, doesn't have to be, but it's the Lover's card. So the Lovers is ultimately about a choice. Now, it is a mix of the masculine and feminine energy. So let's see, maybe you're working slowly on um, a relationship. Maybe there's been a lot of conflict or drama. I am not sponsored by Duncan, but that would be cool if I was. Temperance card in the past, a card of patience. On your mind, the Star card, healing. Another sign got this. I don't remember. Was it Pisces? Or was it Aquarius? Doesn't matter. Your outcome is the Seven of Wands, standing your ground. So we have a 5 and a 7. There's a 2 of Wands. A decision, a choice. I don't know if it's a choice, but it is a decision. See what's going to happen. And 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. There's an Ace of Wands. A new beginning. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What is this 8 of Wands? For some of you, it's waiting for something creative, something passionate. 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, 7 of Swords, King of Pentacles at the bottom, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. But there's a lot of air here too, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You could be in this loop of either someone not taking accountability or maybe you yourself. Because the way that I'm looking at it is this is hard work, this is focus. And then you have this Knight of Swords charging in. A lot of the times he's very witty, probably good with his words, but he comes in, he's not really thinking about what he's doing. It's a little bit on the impulsive side, not like the Knight of Wands, but um there could even be a little bit of anger in there. Anyway, and then the Seven of Swords, which is the card of avoiding. It's also, deception. And how do you come in and then you're running away? To me, that seems like some sort of lack of accountability here. And I don't necessarily think this is you. For some, there's something here that's moving, like moving forward, or it's picking up the pace, it's gaining momentum. And there's a full charge, full steam ahead type of thing. But then Seven of Swords is like, wait a minute. Nah, you know what? Mm-mm. So let's see how the reading goes. All right, Knight of Pentacles in your current energy. Seven of Cups, choices. Three of Swords, the Empress. Nine of Pentacles. You could be working on your self-worth, self-love. Again, for some, I did get the sense of like working on your health. There could be some sort of, I don't know, eating better or avoiding certain things, perhaps, I don't know, going to the doctor, or maybe you're doing some sort of workout, or maybe you got into meditation. There's something here linked to health. Does it have to do with the entire story? No, I don't think so, but I'm just throwing it out there. For some of you, you've been dealing with a situation that's been very painful. For some of you, feeling like you are just one of many choices for someone. Others of you, there might have been a third party involved. For some, this could be even working things out with a mother figure because of the Empress. For some of you, you are the mom. I do feel like this is about working on oneself so that you could be self-reliant, so that you could be self-sufficient. For some of you, you've realized that you've given so much to a situation that is not reciprocal. And although that's the current energy, I'm going to go ahead and say that it doesn't necessarily have to be that it's happening right at this moment. This could be something that just recently happened in the past, like recent past. All right, so you have the Eight of Swords, the Judgment, and the High Priestess, Four of Wands at the bottom. For your challenge card being the Five of Wands, the conflict, which could be external or internal, drama, conflicts. Oh, I already said that. Competition was the word that I wanted to say. Hmm. Eight of Swords. This is feeling paralyzed by your own thoughts or feeling trapped. And then the Judgment, an opportunity, a second chance, with the High Priestess, the card of intuition. But it is also a card of someone who's very observant. Let's keep going. Because to me, this is looking like a start of some sort of new beginning, relighting the spark with someone or something, or maybe just within yourself. See the cards. Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles now. You seem to be working very hard. I'm going to say, especially for the female or for the feminine energy, because we have the Empress come out, we have the Queen of Pentacles here now. This has been working on self-love, I want to say, or what you have to do for yourself, maybe even just like ordinary things, everyday things. And I feel like for some of you, you're finding it quite difficult to find mm, for some, it's love for yourself, like just on your own. There might be abandonment issues, perhaps, fears of being alone. Because how do you have a card of happiness, wish fulfillment, and then you have the card of I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and then the Queen of Pentacles is kind of like that homemaker. So to me, it just seems like, yeah, I'm doing things to make me feel happy, but I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I have this wall up. There might still be like a bit of resentment or anger or something like this, but you're trying to focus on the things that you have to do, or practical things, or caring for yourself, maybe even caring for others. Um, I don't know, like a parent that needs your help, or children. For some of you, there's a fear of not getting what you want. The Tower. All right, so the past card is the Temperance. So you have Tower, Three of Wands, and the Four of Cups. I feel like you were patiently waiting, but still not feeling satisfied with a particular situation. Something could have happened all of a sudden or came on as a surprise, unexpected. For some, the Tower could have been like a breakdown of something. And there has been this period of just waiting, but feeling dissatisfied. Three of Pentacles. It could be working on something. What is the Star card on Aries' mind? The Chariot, Cancer energy, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So what you're hoping for here, Aries, is exactly that. There's almost like this preparation and this preparation for this happily ever after. Because that's the direction that you're going in with this Chariot, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups. For some of you, it's wanting to approach. Others of you, it's wanting someone to approach you in this way. Cancer, Aquarius, doesn't have to be. For some of you, what's going on here is that there is still lingering effects of um, issues of the past, of things like, I don't know, things you didn't want to deal with, things that were hurtful, things that were unnecessary, dramatic, and healing from that and wanting to move forward towards something that's much healthier, something that's much more harmonious and united. All right, Seven of Wands, you have the Moon, Pisces energy, the King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo, and the Hermit, Virgo energy. Aries at the bottom with the Emperor. What is this? Seems like you're pushing something away. Two of Swords, or ignoring. Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands. You could be ignoring something or someone. For some of you, it's possible suitors. Because there seems like a closed off energy here, like a pushing away. Um, for some of you, you have really strong boundaries because of a situation that's hurt you, but it could be that they might be a little too strong. All right, let's see what else, because I feel like there's something here that I'm not saying that I'm missing. Scorpio energy with the Death and the Four of Wands. There could have been an ending, or maybe even a change of locations, of homes. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Five of Swords, Three of Cups. There's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, there's been some sort of ending, a change, or if it wasn't an ending, there was something here that made you have to change to focus on yourself. Like I said, there might be some holding on to resentment here, but there's still a bit of an attachment too. Somebody could reach out to apologize. Let's see what else. The World, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Two of Wands and the Page of Cups. For some of you, a cycle has closed off, but there's still this lingering energy. So there might be some sort of reconciliation. Now, for those of you where this is something new, where a cycle, you've completed a cycle, you're seeing things from a different perspective, there is something much more healthy that's an equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like that's coming soon. So for some of you, this Seven of Wands could indicate that there's a bit of a pushing away there or some sort of boundary that you might be setting. Yeah, because you are attracting something here. For some of you, if this has to do with work, there might be a call, an email, some sort of, I don't know, could be a job opportunity, a promotion. Now, others of you, if you're waiting to feel some sort of relief or healing from a situation that has left you feeling really down or that has really hurt you, I do feel that that situation was to help you stand your ground, help you be this self-reliant, self-sufficient. Not that you're not already, but there is a little bit of tweaking, I guess we can say, that was needed. Um, you could have people who've avoided you come back around, or that you feel like, yeah, something like that. Or people who've ghosted you, or like if you were kind of after someone, the tables are going to turn. That's a small message. There could be something of the past that comes back around. Could be a Taurus for some with the Hierophant here. Leo. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, for some of you, you've emotionally detached because there's still this element of hurt. For some of you, there's been a third party involved, and that's really hurt you. Or someone's Three of Cups, someone's lifestyle. Maybe somebody, maybe this has to do with friends for some of you, Three of Cups. Anyway, all right, let's take out Oracle cards. I do feel like this has a lot to do with your sense of self-worth. And not only that, but also what you're creating. And I feel like I've said this already in your other readings. Something about like some sort of creative endeavor, something that lights this fire within you. Not that makes you, it could be something that makes you excited, but I almost feel like it lights this fire to remind you of what is Aries. You know, how does the Aries quality live in me type of thing? Like the good qualities, not the negative ones, not the rage. All right, let's take out the Wisdom Oracle cards for advice and clarity. All right, you have recovery and completion. Yeah, not surprised. And I feel like completion is this completed cycle. It's not even about why the situation hurt you, because, and this is not meant to invalidate, but the situation hurt us, for one, because it wasn't aligned with who we are as people. Because when it's not aligned, it tends to hurt or not feel good. Um, and two, the hurt is because of our perception of what was being done. Because if we're not in the situation, we can look at it from an outsider's perspective and look at it neutrally, or we could be like, oh man, that's messed up. But you're not over here suffering in pain, right? Because you're outside of the situation. So, whatever it is that you're either struggling to get over or heal from, it's important to note that you don't have to hang on to that feeling of pain, like this has caused me pain. Not that it didn't, and I'm not trying to invalidate, because this applies to me too. It's not like it's not like pain and suffering don't ever touch my good soul, you know what I mean? But it is it's a nice shift in perspective when we can see suffering as something that is just kind of giving us a warning sign of shifting back to our alignment. So if you were suffering with, I don't know, I don't know, an issue you were having, that issue, like I said, only doesn't feel good because it's not aligned with us. That's it. Once we start aligning with that pain or that situation, it's not going to hurt, but then you might lower your vibes. Or if it's actually something good, then you might level up type of thing. It's kind of like wearing braces. When you put the braces on, it hurts your teeth because your teeth are not aligned. So as you get used to it, the pain starts to go away and your teeth start to straighten. And then you become, that person with the nice smile, straight teeth type of thing. Or, if you're facing a lot of pressure with something and that's hurting and you're like, man, this is too much and it's putting a lot on you and it's deteriorating your health, for example, that's telling you, hey, it doesn't feel good because this doesn't align with me. Maybe this is just not meant for me. Maybe I can find something better. That's all it is. Anyway, let's move forward and read the little stories. Again, I just want to make sure, not trying to invalidate anyone's suffering. Of course, there are certain things that are much more difficult, than other things. But okay, let's keep going because I feel like I'm going to talk forever. All right, so Greta wakes to find painful childhood memories all around her room. In the distance appears a huge wooden door with a white light streaming through the keyhole. As Greta tries to gather up her painful memories, they melt and form a great lilac key. She places the key in the lock, and a wave of fear engulfs her. The door opens, and the pain and fear recede. Clarity comes. Survival is no longer enough. The keywords are genuineness, regeneration, understanding, facing fears, wounding is strength, courage to face pain, awakening greatness. And then the next card, and then in the short section, I'll read the description of the story so that you could get a better understanding of it. Where's this card? Okay, completion. He was raised in an orphanage and never wore new boots until he enlisted in the army in 1942. By the end of the war, he was decorated veteran and had survived what many of his brothers had lost. Later, he became an actor. He was well loved, but history will remember him as a war hero. When he was finally laid to rest, Goddess smiled upon him as she received him into the heavens. This card is about achievement, determination, fulfillment, honoring your legacy, a natural ending to a grand adventure, a new beginning on the horizon, a new adventure, honoring those who give to us. So, Aries, congratulations. Something here is saying that you have completed a cycle. You have learned a particular lesson. Um, or if we don't want to say that it's lessons learned, you have gone through a situation and you've approached it differently. You've reacted differently. Your mind, your thoughts towards the situation could kind of be the same, but there's a difference there. Okay, it's not completely deteriorating you as it would have been probably 7 years ago. You get what I'm saying? So there is a huge difference here in your growth. Look, and as I look down, I'm trying to put the cards away. I see the word growth. So this is fantastic. This is great. Um, all right, Aries, I'm going to leave it there. If you resonated with the reading, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.